What does it mean to come home? For some, it's the comfort of familiar streets, the scent of childhood meals, or the laughter of old friends. For Sam Heughan, the internationally acclaimed actor best known for his role as Jamie Fraser in Outlander, home is far more than a place. It's a landscape of memory, a reservoir of imagination, and now, the foundation for a new chapter in his life, the birth of the Galloway distillery. On September 27, as the autumn light stretched across Dumfries and Galloway, Sam stood before an audience of family, friends, and whiskey enthusiasts to unveil his new distillery. His words were simple yet powerful: "It's a homecoming." And in that single phrase, he captured the essence of everything this project represents. To understand why this moment carried such emotional weight, you have to trace it back decades, to a boy of 10, standing on the jagged ruins of Kenmure Castle. Sam once described the scene vividly: the crumbling turrets, the empty windows, the eerie gaping doorways. For him, it wasn't just a ruin, it was a portal into a world of imagination. He pictured himself as a warrior, a bold explorer, a keeper of Scotland's secrets. That boy, perched on stone walls, could never have predicted that one day he would return, after traveling the world, to build something equally rooted in history and myth. This childhood memory was not a fleeting image. It became the seed of his vision, the desire to create something that celebrated both the land he came from and the timeless stories Scotland has always told. Galloway, for Sam, is not a backdrop. It is the stage on which his earliest dreams were performed. That is why, when the opportunity arose, Sam bought Crafty Distillery, a local gem just outside Newton Stewart. Known for its award-winning Hills and Harbour gin, Crafty had already built a strong reputation for quality and innovation. But in Sam's hands, the distillery would transform into something deeper. With a new name, Galloway Distillery, it would become not only a business venture but also a symbol of heritage, creativity, and home. For fans of his spirits, this wasn't entirely unexpected. Sam had already introduced the world to the Sassenach whisky in 2021, a smooth and complex blend that quickly gained acclaim. Then came the Sassenach Wild Scottish Gin in 2023, crafted right there at Crafty. These ventures proved his commitment was more than celebrity endorsement, it was passion, rooted in authenticity. Yet rebranding the distillery under the name Galloway marks a turning point. This isn't just about producing whiskey, gin, or vodka. It's about anchoring his brand in the soil of his birthplace, declaring to the world that Galloway itself deserves recognition alongside Scotland's more famous whiskey regions like Islay or Speyside. At the launch event, Sam did more than cut ribbons and smile for photographs. He rolled up his sleeves, quite literally, and filled a PX sherry cask with new make spirit. In doing so, he performed a ritual as old as whiskey itself, a symbolic gesture that marked the start of aging, patience, and promise. For those watching, it was clear this wasn't a marketing stunt. It was an act of personal investment. When he spoke to the Scotsman, Sam explained, "We've been working on this project for a number of years. We wanted to create a distillery in Galloway. It's basically a homecoming for me. I was born and raised here and I feel very, very thankful to come from such an amazing place." It was a confession not of celebrity triumph but of gratitude. Gratitude for the land that shaped him, gratitude for the community that raised him, and gratitude for the chance to give something back. But why homecoming? For Sam, the answer is layered. On one level, it's geographical, returning to Dumfries and Galloway after years spent filming around the globe. On another level, it's personal, reconnecting with the boy who once imagined himself a warrior among castle ruins. And on a broader level, it's cultural, bringing attention to a region often overlooked by tourists who flock to Skye or Glencoe. By planting his distillery here, Sam is not just creating jobs or crafting spirits. He's putting Galloway on the map, inviting the world to explore its hidden treasures. He dares visitors to lose themselves in its forests, coastlines, and history, just as he did as a child. The Galloway distillery has been reborn, but its future is only beginning to unfold. Sam's journey from childhood dreams to global stardom, and finally back to his roots, is a testament to the power of place. The whiskey aging in that sherry cask will take years before it's ready to be savored, but like Sam's return, it promises richness, depth, and authenticity. And so the question lingers. What comes next? How will this distillery grow, and what legacy will it leave, not only for whiskey lovers but for Scotland itself? The announcement of the Galloway distillery was not the end of Sam Heughan's story. In many ways, it was just the beginning. What unfolded in Dumfries that September afternoon was more than a celebrity launch. It was the planting of a flag, the start of a journey that promises to reshape not only the region but also how the world sees Scotland's whiskey culture. For decades, tourists have flocked north to the Highlands, to Skye, or to the dramatic landscapes of Glencoe. These places, steeped in myth and beauty, have long defined the image of Scotland. Yet Sam's decision to root his distillery in Galloway challenges that narrative. He is saying to the world, look here. This land matters too. This land has stories to tell. From the outset, Galloway Distillery was never designed to be just another business venture. Expansion plans announced for late 2024 make that clear. The goal is not simply higher production, but smarter, more sustainable practices. The distillery promises to be bigger, yes, but also greener. An operation that harmonizes with the environment rather than exploiting it. This ethos reflects something deeper in Sam's character. For him, authenticity is not negotiable. As Craig Rankin, the master distiller, explained, Sam's involvement goes far beyond lending his face to a label. He is invested in every detail, from the quality of the spirit to the environmental footprint of the facility. That commitment makes the project resonate as something far more enduring than a celebrity brand. Whiskey is not about instant gratification. The process is slow, demanding, and patient. At the launch, when Sam filled a PX sherry cask with new make spirit, it was more than a symbolic gesture. It was a promise of time. Whiskey must mature, and so too must dreams. The first bottles from this cask won't be tasted for years, but the anticipation is part of the allure. In the meantime, fans and collectors will likely see a new blend added to the Sassenach family. The distillery already holds stock laid down by its previous owners, now reaching the critical 3-year mark required for single malt status. It's a fascinating blend of past and future, heritage meeting ambition. Of course, the Galloway distillery is not limited to whiskey alone. Its shelves already showcase innovation. The award-winning Hills and Harbour Gin continues production, while the Sassenach Wild Scottish Gin has joined the portfolio with its fresh, floral character. Plans for a vodka crafted from Scottish wheat, brambles, and apples are also underway, alongside playful creations like a burnt orange and smoked pineapple gin cocktail. What ties these products together is not just taste, but storytelling. Each bottle is a reflection of Scotland's terroir, its fruits, its wild landscapes. For Sam, spirits are not merely drinks, they are experiences. They are vessels carrying the essence of Galloway out into the world. What makes Sam's journey unique is how it mirrors his artistic career. Even as he pours energy into the distillery, he continues to challenge himself on stage and page. This autumn, he takes on the role of Macbeth with the Royal Shakespeare Company, a dream role for any actor, and one that connects him once again to Scotland's cultural heritage. At the same time, he has published The Cocktail Diaries, a book blending his love of storytelling with his passion for crafted drinks. Together, these projects paint a portrait of a man who refuses to be defined by a single path. He is not only Jamie Fraser, not only a whiskey entrepreneur, not only an author. He is a creator, a connector, and an ambassador for Scotland's past, present, and future. Perhaps the most powerful element of the Galloway distillery is its relationship with place. This is not just about economics or tourism. It is about giving voice to a region often overshadowed by its more famous neighbors. Galloway is rugged, rich, and beautiful, but it is also intimate, less photographed, less crowded, and deeply authentic. Sam's decision to return here is an act of storytelling as much as entrepreneurship. It's a narrative arc that began with a boy on the walls of a ruined castle and has matured into a man shaping a legacy for future generations. Visitors to the distillery won't just taste spirits. They will walk into a story, one that blends history, landscape, and imagination. As the evening of September 27 faded and the first cask of spirit was safely sealed, there was a sense that something larger had begun. The Galloway distillery is not only a building filled with copper stills and oak casks. It is a beacon, a reminder that home is not something you leave behind, but something you return to and redefine. In years to come, when glasses are raised and the amber liquid from that sherry cask is finally poured, it will not just be whiskey people are drinking. They will be tasting a dream, distilled from memory, rooted in childhood wonder, and matured with patience. They will be part of a story that began with imagination and has grown into legacy. For Sam Heughan, the journey has come full circle. And for Galloway, a new chapter is just beginning.